Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It Dawn. Let's finish exploring this island, we'll speak to Reassure's advisors, and Aloth, and then we can leave.
I will hear you, outsider.
There is much to see in the lab.
And this should lead us to the cliffs that we scaled before we entered the sanctum.
Oh, indeed. I shall be discreet.
We'll check around the throne for any hidden objects. And nothing over there.
I would pray louder if it kept outsiders away from Kawiki.
Rappo straightens his bearing and looks down his nose at you.
I say Reassure would not like it if I denied you hospitality.
How do you and Tangara get along?
Poorly. He ventures away from our islands and invites the wrath of the gods, I say.
Rappo folds his arms and squeezes his shoulders.
May Ngati devour that outsider construct he dragged back with him.
What's your role in the tribe?
I keep the gods at bay.
He touches his brow with a shaking hand.
The tribe balances on the edge of ruin, and my burnt offerings appease those who watch over us. Godlessness raised the green man, and the gods will put him back down, I say.
You think Gon's gonna set the final harvest upon us because of Kith's godlessness? Maybe. But ain't no god's gonna stop him.
She rubs the side of her jaw in thought.
Akira, this is why Outlanders do not speak the will of the gods for the tribe.
Rappo crosses his arms and smirks at Jody.
Oh, I'd say that statue has more than its share of God in it.
For what does your crew of misfits address me?
A slight typo in his name. Went from Barappo to Burpow. Barappo frowns at Adair and retreats back a step. Farewell. Alright, let's speak to Tangara.
Outsider. Unlike Barappo, I do not use this as a term of offense, I say.
Tangara gives you a pleasant smile.
We do not see many visitors on Koiki. Those who come, seldom leave.
You said that outsiders don't tend to leave Koiki.
They come asking our Ranga to show her belly in surrender. Instead, she shows them their guts at the end of a spear.
Tangara grins and makes a thrusting motion with both hands. What are your thoughts on Barappo?
How he fills our home with the stink of his burnt offerings.
Tangara wrinkles his nose and waves his hand in a dispelling motion.
A rational mystic burns incense or candles, but Barappo burns Koiki, rotten meat, and bundles of hair. Nothing is spared his flame if it appeases the gods.
Barappo told me that your construct had fallen on hard times.
Akira, he talks too much. A valuable lesson about animancy, I say. There is quality and there is cheap, but never both.
Tangara sighs, adding one of his pockets to the jingling of a few shells.
The rust bucket does not follow my instructions and ignores my command words.
I could take a look at the construct for you.
I am appreciating the offer, but it is better if I learn how to operate my degraded friend. I would be a poor host if the ironclad thing decided to remove your skin.
He chuckles, but the humor doesn't quite reach his eyes. I have dealt with worse, believe me.
Akira, I can see that well enough from here. Here, the command words. They do me little good.
He passes you a tattered scroll and shrugs, smiling wanly. Construct command scroll. Most of this document is drafted in a careful, official hand. Another author appears to have made several hasty additions. Our valued customer, on behalf of the dedicated staff of the Consignment and Salvage Clearinghouse, we would like to congratulate you on your recent purchase of one construct, salvaged, refurbished. Per your contract with our licensed dealer, Remo Caldera, salvage marker 56221, payment of trade goods and undisclosed services has been accepted. We hope you are pleased with your order. Sincerest regards, Rowan Gyakin, Shipping Quartermaster, CASC. Dealer notes, if any. A patrol command, unreliable. Attack command, unreliable. Guard command, unreliable. See accompanying document for command words. Functionality highly dependent on pronunciation and emphasis. Good luck. Construct trembles and rattles, its vacant gaze wandering without purpose. Habit and routine are seemingly the only forces keeping it upright. Maybe you'll prove useful later. The construct stares back at you in silence. Speak the words of the command scroll. You read the words of the scroll, doubtful of the faded, arcane scribblings, so a tingling sensation passes your lips. The construct abruptly hardens its bearing and turns to you, standing at attention. It seems that conflicting instructions from too many masters has led to the rapid degeneration of this construct's short-term memory. Wipe the construct's memory. You draw out the babbling, incoherent mess of instructions received over the years. The construct trembles throughout the procedure. The construct now stands at ease, regarding its surroundings with fresher clarity. I'm not going to do that.
Visitor, I hope your time on Ori Okoiki has been hospitable.
Chingara nods. What do we gain from killing him? Now that it is operating normally, the construct favors you with a subtle nod.
How may I help? I shall.
Another option would be to order it to go to our ship. We could have a construct crew member.
Yes?
He looks back at you, quietly attentive. I read an ancient memory in Ruasari's soul and found a link to the leaden key. You tell Aloth about the past life you glimpsed in Ruasari's soul, about her long ago meeting with Theus, his warning about the ruins, her decision to execute him, and her mandate to the Wahaki to defend their territory from outsiders.
That's like what he told the Glanfathans. I'll bet he didn't expect they'd kill him for it. Would have loved to see the look on his face.
Then the Wahaki are the painted masks. They've been serving the Leaden Key's interests for 2,000 years without even knowing it.
Aloth blinks, working through the implications.
Though not, it seems, in the way Theos intended.
He frowns, rubbing his chin.
People doing the wrong thing for the wrong reasons for thousands of years without even realizing it. Doesn't get more leaden key than that.
What are you thinking, Aloth?
Belief is a curious thing.
He crosses his arms, settling back on the balls of his feet.
Once, the Wahaki believed they were guarding themselves against the Ingwithans, Theos' people. Yet over time, they became hostile toward all outsiders.
A thoughtful furrow splits his brow. What of it?
It's not just that the Wahaki misread Theos' original message. It fundamentally changed them.
He purses his lips.
They went from being a large and well-connected tribe to a much smaller one defined by isolationism.
Rory burrows into the shadows and creases on his face. And this has got you thinking again about the consequences of your intervention.
You see all the ninnying I suffer from this lad? Right sure 'tis rattle around in his noggin. You know me too well.
His wry grin doesn't quite banish his air of melancholy.
I've been chasing the Leaden Key, trying to undo the harm they've caused. But What if I'm only making matters worse?
Private agony muffles his voice. His breath catches in his throat as the full weight of his words hits him.
Might I be to blame? Have I made a grievous mistake in getting involved?
Through his scars and lines and newfound purpose, catch a glimpse of the Aloth you knew 5 years ago, scared, alone, and desperate for direction. I disagree with option 1. I think consequentialism is just a terrible philosophy to follow. Yeah, option 4. No one can know everything, so we've all got to do the best we can with the resources we have.
When you put it that way, mine does sound like a rather flimsy excuse, doesn't it? Perhaps it was naive to think I could dismantle a 2,000-year-old organization in a single lifetime. But it's worth it to try.
A little smile brightens his features. Adair appears genuinely moved. You probably can't do worse than Widewind's legacy.
Thank you for your rousing show of confidence. The strange thing is, this whole ordeal has given me some sympathy for Theos. Not that I condone his actions, of course.
He quickly clears his throat.
But I can't imagine he thought he'd destroy an entire generation either. Well, not in the beginning, anyway.
He claps his hands together, his hands and presses his lips together, trying to formulate a thought. When he opens his mouth again, he speaks as if he's choosing his words carefully.
What I mean to say is, he thought he was doing the right thing. Even at the end.
Then his example is a cautionary tale for you. We should learn from it.
A prudent suggestion.
He nods.
At any rate, it will be a relief to move forward. It was always too comfortable to leave the hard decisions to others. To simply follow along.
He cocks his head in reflection and inclines it toward you.
I only wonder now what sort of decision you'll have to make when we finally confront Aethys.
We'll find out when we reach him. No point in guessing.
A reasonable point. Anyway, thank you. This has lifted a great burden from my shoulders.
Now I want to talk to you about something else.
Yes?
No, that's it. Did we complete that quest? I don't see it. I wasn't paying attention to the update. Alright.
Right.
We should be done with this area.
What are you needing from me?
On it.
This wooden lift grants access to the towering cliff separating the settlement above from the jungle below. The lift is currently raised to the level of the plateau. Take the lift down to the ground. The lift strains against the ropes binding it, but the pulley bears you slowly to the ground. I'll take care of this ship. We'll head south and grab that flotsam that we saw. And I think we'll sail east first.
Moeth, Ixie, Aloth. No can do.
No good.
Senderi.
Gotta dare go get this guy. Nice.
Yeah. Let's go. Got it. Yeah.
Go with Ixiana.
There we go. Discover the Resai Passage. We're going to go west. I want to clear out the northwestern corner. That'll be most, well, 3/4 of the corner is done, because we can't get up here yet. Alright, Rakuhu's Maw. Yeah, let's cut all the way west and bisect this northwestern corner from the rest of it. And then we'll go north. Bootsuck Bog. You traipse through a dark, cold bog. The water around you grows deeper the further you walk. The silt and muck slide beneath your boots. The path forward looks more treacherous than the path behind you, but you've already come this far. Continue through the bog. You trudge on through the bog. Attention diverted, Adair accidentally steps onto a patch of unstable ground and sinks deep into the water. Just leave him. A Holidaire out of the water. Oh, this is an 18 athletics check. You plunge your arms into the murky water and pull Adair back to the surface. With help, Adair manages to break the surface and roll into dry land, coughing up bog water. Thanks to your quick rescue, the compatriot is none the worse for wear, if a bit sodden. Press on. The bog is still and silent. It smells of rank decay. Its stagnant waters host a many decades accumulation of dead plants and animals. A thick mist rolls across the water. Several hooded kith emerge silently from the fog, a herd of bog lurkers just behind them. A large Amoa man at the head of the group draws his sword and points it at you. If you value your life, you'll leave and never return. He peers hard into your face, almost daring you to challenge him. Why should I listen to you? I am the guardian of this place. I will not allow you to profane it with your presence. I'm just passing through. I like the option 4. Bog's all yours, buddy. The Amoa man says nothing more, and does not lower his sword. Well, I don't like being threatened, so attack.
Great.
Moeth, Ixie, Aloth.
Seal. Mito.
No good.
That would be a no.
Great. Me.
Take that. What do you need?
I'm very public.
Alright, good work, everybody.
I'm having some trouble moving through this.
Back over there. Lobbing out fire spells and
Moeth.
use their might.
Didn't work.
It's might and something else, right? And accuracy.
Ain't you got the decent?
Take him down.
See to die?
Oh, I can't move.
That's right. That dog won't hunt.
Very public. Spare me that.
What do you need?
Drake killed
Of
him.
course.
We got ourselves a ring of greater regeneration. A 3 health restored per 6 seconds. Pretty sure we already have one of these, right? Yeah. So don't need to read that again.
What do you need? Got it. Good thing.
And 2 level ups. Alright, athletics and insight. I get upgrade for reinforcing exhortation. But I also really want sacred immolation. My build kind of banks on that. Stoic Steel is also very good and pairs very well with the wall, which is the ability you get with the large shield proficiency. I looked at all these previously. Let's go and read them. Alright, so Stoic Steel. The Paladin builds up a bonus armor rating while standing still. Moving ends this effect for a short time. Steel Exhortation. A Fit Inspiration is now upgraded to Hardy. Plus 5 Constitution and plus 2 armor rating. And Reinforcing Command. Grants the target the Steadfast Inspiration in addition to Fit. Plus 5 Resolve. And Sacred Immolation. The Paladin focuses their faith and self-immolates in Blue Flame. Each time the spell pulses, enemies in the immediate area take burn damage, while the Paladin will receive a portion of their total health and raw damage. This damage can kill the Paladin. So it's a pretty tough call. I'm going to grab both of these as we level up. But I might start with Stoic Steel now. The next level up will have more health, so we can use Sacred Immolation even more safely. And here, I don't care about any of those. What do we have? Probably Delayed Fireball. We have it in the Grimoire though, so it's not that useful. We're still an Illusionist. Can't forget that. So I think we'll grab Gaze of the Odragon. Look, we get it even outside of combat. So I'm curious how far it stacks up. Alright, and Adair gets Athletics and Streetwise. Alright, let's see what he gets here. Lasting in Power, a Weapon Mastery. Gives a damage bonus to the fighter's proficient weapons. Plus 5%. The 15% total. All the Empower upgrades. Unbreakable. The fighter refuses to be vanquished. After being knocked out, the fighter stands back up with a portion of their health restored, and temporary bonuses to all defenses and armor ratings. Then upgrades for Unbending. Unbending Trunk. The fighter now recovers more health from each attack received. And Unbending Shield. The fighter and their allies now also gain the Resolute Inspiration. Plus 5 Resolve and periodically gain Concentration. And Power Strike. Strike an enemy with a powerful melee attack, dealing high damage and stunning them. Foes behind the enemy are staggered and take raw damage. So I'm thinking Spell Resistance, actually. The Unbreakable could be handy. Actually, you know what? No, what am I saying? Weapon Mastery. Alright, and the Rogue gets all the Empower passives, Death Blows. Allows the Rogue to take better advantage of an enemy's weaknesses, dealing significantly more damage when the target is afflicted by 2 or more conditions that allow a sneak attack. Plus 50% damage with weapons. We're gonna grab that, because we have... this, so they're always distracted. Then we can apply Blind or whatever else. That's just really good. And then we have upgrades to Smoke Veil and Smoke Cloud. A Smoke Grenade. The Rogue can now throw the bomb to a targeted area, and the bomb now also applies Sickened. And Pernicious Cloud. Increases the size and duration of the cloud, and adds a corrosive damage over time effect. And Coordinated Positioning. In one quick move, the Rogue instantly switches positions with one nearby target, cancelling any engagements. Automatic when targeting an ally, otherwise the Rogue must succeed an attack roll. Just more passive damage. Can't go wrong with that. So we kind of just gave him, what, an extra 55% damage? That's a little silly. Alright. Onward we go. We'll grab the food and the water, and we will explore Outcast Respite. I just want to say Respite. I think both pronunciations are correct. I think Respite sounds better. Either way, we'll explore it next time. For now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.